Nap time is over. Now it is stream time. Welcome. We will go and move on with Today You Vanished with the Stars, as well as some other things. But let's start with the main attraction. I decided not to do the last of these I have to do to charge her fully up, because I don't know if there will be some kind of story that pops up immediately after you finish. So we'll have to do one more of those and also get to level 6 so we can do the extra stage afterwards as well. So let's do Khan. Khan the Water. Clear the stage to charge Tesla Zero's energy by 10 points. Yeah, Japanese language is not present today. Today we are completely Chinese. And to be honest, I actually prefer the Chinese voices in this game, because I constantly play with them on mobile, but due to popular requests I have been using Japanese for the streams for now. Generally the game is more complete in Chinese, because most things are immediately already voiced in Chinese. But I think I talked about that before. But this time apparently the only reason why the story isn't in Japanese already is due to some weird virus that's going around the world. You may not have heard of it before. And apparently Chinese voice actors could totally go and do voice acting, while the Japanese cannot. I'm not sure how much I believe that explanation. Also, this water or ice challenge is giving me more trouble than the ones we did yesterday. Or the ones I did this morning. Would be quite silly if it somehow wouldn't charge me to 100 and I couldn't do story today. What can you do? Charging complete. Tap Tesla 0 to start a new chapter. How nice. What's very interesting is that the center one got overwritten now. Wonder if that's gonna have some impact. First, let's try the extra stage once more. If we can do it now after getting more strength. Yes, that's what I also thought when that happened, that we'd get an alternative timeline, potentially. Or we see the side of a different Kongming / Teresa. Something like that seems quite possible. Also, I'm not sure if I mentioned this yesterday, but I really dislike playing as Herrscher of the White Kiana. Like, I'm terrible at her, I feel. Possibly because I don't actually own her and have no practice, because she's supposed to be good. I mean, we are still probably winning this time. Yeah, and easily so. Sure makes a difference if you are buffed or not buffed. Anyways, what the Chinese voice acting will mean is that I won't have to use my voice as much, which I am looking forward to. Although I'll probably still have to voice the captain, because I doubt he has an actual voice actor. So that's fun. 7 stars. Please, Miss Iron Fist. I saw Kongming's eyes closed again. Her heart had stopped beating, but her tears were still streaming down. Tears dripped, drop by drop, onto the back of my hand. They were cold. Charging complete. Positioning anchor complete. Transferring complete. Calculating termination time. Like bubbles, small chunks of my consciousness slowly floated back, but regaining my senses took more time. A fragrance found its way to my nostrils. My body became lighter and began to embrace the drifting senses. But as my senses returned to me, the fragrance began to smell wrong. Something bitter in my mouth. Did we drink the poison this time? As I struggled to sit up in bed, something was accidentally knocked over and fell down. I heard the sound of something breaking, and then a cough. turned around and saw Kong Ming waving her fan at my side, with her poker face and unfriendly eyes. This look, unmistakably the Kong Ming I used to know. Why? Why am I here? You are not voiced at all! What is this lie? I actually checked the previous chapter to see if it was actually true that everything was voiced, and now you are not talking with me. I feel disappointed. I was hoping you would answer this question for me, fool. Looks like I did it. How did you manage to fail again and end up in my chamber? I meant to say I'm back to save your life, but she'd simply sniff at me and refuse to believe her life was at stake. I've no idea why I wasn't sent back to my world. I was hoping you could tell me. I was telling the truth, but only the half of it. But what exactly went wrong with my formation? Even Rosalia and Lily are missing now. Never mind. Long story short, I didn't see you when I left the ruins, but I found you here and unconscious. Well, that does place me 3 months earlier than the last time. By the way, the Pengley incense is a precious tribute from the western nomads, carefully preserved for Quixie. I burned half of the block to wake you up, and you casually broke the other half. I didn't mean to, and the smoke also suffocated me. You ungrateful fool! I ground the incense into powder to save your worthless life, and you dare to grumble? So the bitter taste came from the incense, not poison. Never mind. It's a great folly for me to save you in the first place. She was always the self-important and grumpy before. The Kong Ming I knew is back, and that's a big relief. You look disturbed and absent-minded. I just saved your life, but where's your respect and gratitude? I'd never disrespect you. Do you have anything to confess? I hope you're not keeping something from me. Huh? No, of course not. Really? Time will attest to my innocence and integrity. I heard Miss Ara's fist's noise when I was half conscious. Maybe Kong Ming heard too, and that's why she asked me this. The bed was right beside the screen, and from where I sat I could see Miss Iron Fist clearly. That's Tesla Zero. How did you know Miss Iron Fist? Lying to Kong Ming is like playing with fire. I'd better mix it with a tad of truth. Oh, the Chancellor told me a lot of your stories, and I noticed Miss Iron Fist has been a big help to you. Yes, that's the Tesla Zero you've heard. She came here with an old friend, but she's been asleep ever since the old friend left. Looks like Miss Iron Fist fell into power-saving mode again, before Kong Ming returned, so I wouldn't be exposed. Rita did tell you all this. She never said she had a civilian friend like you. Miss Iron Fist once helped me to feed Hodo. Now it has returned, but she's not able to help again. Neither are a lot of my old friends. Kong Ming sighed deeply. It's hard for me to admit, but my formation was the reason why you failed to return to your world once again. I was told Hodo had broken loose again, and Rita went to the front line. Just now, Teresa and I sent envoys to Schicksal and Jormungand asking for their help. They're not coming. If Hodo picks Emberia as its first target, the other two kingdoms may very well stand by. Kong Ming's frown made me realize I might have taken too big a leap. To avoid her suspicion, I added something. Just a hunch, but it wouldn't hurt to ask them anyway. On the other hand, you can start preparing your formation. I had it in mind, but Rita left me a message. No, there's no time for hesitation. I've kept myself away from worldly affairs too long. That same logic seems to slip for me. Some logic? Eh. And to my surprise, you read the situation very well. When I was cracking my brains for a good reason to convince her, she made up her mind decisively. Let's go and check the Abyssal Altar. Abyssal Altar. So this is where Hodor was sealed. Yes, Hodor was previously sealed at the altar, or in a space near the altar to be more exact. When it fled the space, it also caused massive damage to the ruins over there. That's Golem. It's still asleep? Look closely. Kong Ming walked up to the golem, and with a gentle lift of hand, half of Golem's head fell. The fallen part had clear scorch marks. Could it be Hodor? It even broke Golem. Exactly, and maybe the tracers can help us track it down. Captain helped me deploy the 7-star formation. The 7-star formation? Light up the 7 star lanterns in the correct order. Follow me. I'll tell you how it works later. Guess I'll have to talk a lot today as well. Not like it's a change. Destined brutal battle against Hodor, fateful flames of war and desolation. Light up the 7 lanterns. 1. Vanguard. Marshal. Cube. I really need to get the timing down for her charge attack. It somehow feels weird to me. Enigma. Magister. Always press the button once too much. Also, the title pincer looks slightly different from previous crabs. Is it the red claw? I think it's the red claw. Vengeance. Inquisitor. And finally, Devouring Wolf. Hey, it's the Big Dipper. Time has come, the formation is complete. Disperse! Flames are pointing towards Moon and Beria. Well, I'm conflicted now. Should I turn things back to Japanese as soon as I can? Let me know in chat. Strange. Coming. What's... I deployed the formation to probe the ruins and lit up the lanterns to indicate Hodor's energy traces. The lanterns point to Moon and Beria, but I didn't receive any report on its appearance there. She spoke, Some disturbing crackles were heard. I looked closely and found 5 lanterns cracked. Kong Ming waved her fan with a frown. Captain, we need to return the moon and barrier now. What did you find, Kong Ming? I used the same formation to seal Hodor, but now 5 of the 7 lanterns are broken. It's grown much stronger since then. The lanterns told us Hodor went to moon and barrier first. The most densely populated part. But based on the information I've received, Hodor never showed up around moon and barrier lately. Rita said she could handle Hodor alone and told me to focus on the formation. Evidently, Hodor may bounce back an hour. May pounce back any hour, and Rita can only hold off it from moon and barrier for a short time. As if to echo Kong Ming's observation, a huge bang came from afar. Curses! That's from the largest neighborhood of Moon and Barrier. Wait, Kong Ming. Is Rita? We're running out of time. Let's talk about this on the road. Just let me take a second to check if it still works with Chinese, or if I did something, if I changed something. Because I'm pretty sure I checked if it worked.
德丽莎，原来你扮成了姑的样子，姑怎么不知道你有这样的趣味？
Yeah, it totally works.
不过即使这样，你也逃不出姑的掌心。
Oh well. Guess it's only for the first chapter. So, what do I know? Impetus! I have a very bad feeling. It's like I know there's a thin thread in the wind, but I can't see it or grip it. For the first time in my life, I can feel the future slipping through my fingers like sand grains. Never mind. To endeavor to my wits' end and leave no room for regret is my way. Hold on, Captain. Standing on a hilltop outside. I'm really bad at reading today. God damn it. Staying on a hilltop outside Moon and Barrier, we saw sporadic fire burning in the city's commercial area. Some shops are damaged, but not very badly. The fire should be put out soon. It's a bit weird. None of the citizens are out to snuff out the fire. Your Majesty, you're the manager of the fabric store, right? There's fire in the city? Are you alright? Where are you going? I'm fine. Just here to check my store. How does it look? Half of the store is toasted, but thanks to the Chancellor, all of our precious stock were moved elsewhere. You saw the Chancellor? Did she head to the mountain behind the city? The difficult terrain there is very likely to keep Hodor away. On hearing these words, the manager knelt down and kowtowed 3 times. The Chancellor sent word and told us to hide in the mountain. She said the beast wouldn't go there. No wonder there is no one in the city. They all went to the mountain. She mentioned there were other monsters brought by Hodor, but they wandered about without a clear target. So, where's the Chancellor then? I have no idea. Kong Ming helped the manager get on his feet. Her lips parted, but something held her words back. Leave now and hurry. Stores can be rebuilt, but you only have one life. Kong Ming remained where she was, her eyes staring into the distance. Kong Ming, don't blame him. You think I'd blame for ditching the safety zone Rita told them to stay in and risking his life for the shop? No, I won't. Life is hard. The shop means a world to him. Besides, he doesn't owe his life to Rita. Kong Ming sighed before she carefully observed the neighborhood, plucked a tree branch to draw a formation. Water on the top and lake at the bottom. This rain-praying formation should be enough to handle the fire. Let's track Hodor down along the path. Remaining fire underground deals fire damage. Fire bad.
诸君，请随我出战。
Everything is burnt. This can't be good. We have to go to the town now. Hurry up.
好过去，不试试我新研究的阵法吗？
Hey guys, you're in my way.
跟我来。偶尔徒步行进倒也不错。击中计了。地在云垂，天赋风扬。 漂亮的一战，速速回去办场庆功宴吧。
A trail of huge scorched footsteps extended before our eyes, and on the side of the trail were trees slashed in half. This is obviously from Hodo's tail sweep. Hodo went that way, the aged battlefield. That's an open space where it can run freely. If we can't stop it there, it would be even harder to trap it later. Rita, don't even think about it. Kongming bit her lips and took long to make up her mind. I fear I won't be able to protect you later, so take the bamboo path and get into the mountain now. Don't give up on me yet, Kongming. I may not be of much help, but I certainly won't be your deadweight. I can take care of myself. It's your call. Kongming packed her fan and flipped her long sleeves to stride off. I'll stay by her side, no matter how hard it is. This time, we'll save Rita together and rewrite history. Foot up! I'm not waiting for you! Her voice faded as our gap expanded. I threw my hesitation aside to catch up with her. Odo. The ancient battlefield. I stepped in and saw a giant shadow looming in the smoke. Kongming's hard drag helped me evade the raining rubble. Odo is hiding there. In the smoke screen stood a tall figure. Hide all you want, wild creature, but there is no escaping my final strike. You will never put your filthy claws on Moon and Barrier again, even if the cost is my life. The Grand Chancellor of Emberia, the perfect woman free from any human weakness, was now bathed in blood. Is she? Okay. Still, there wasn't even a trace of fear to be found on her face. Rita, what do you think you're doing? Rita turned over and saw me. Captain, you're here too. No wonder Her Majesty found me. Forgive my manners, but this is no good place or time for a friendly chat. She gave me a bitter smile before turning around again. Your Majesty, so I failed to keep you from here. Sorry you have to find me in this utterly unpresentable state. Kongming didn't wait Rita to finish and tore a scrap of her sleeve. She walked up to Rita silently and dressed her wounds. It's a pity the cloud blue fabric went to waste. It takes a lifetime to extract this special color from the flowers. That's the least of my worries now. Kang Ming's little face was now pumped up by anger, like a puffer. I've been meaning to say this since the beginning. Liar! Rita, you're the biggest liar in the world. You lied to my face about the crisis. Had I not checked the altar myself, you would be toast by now. Hodo is much stronger now, and it takes both of us to stop it. Your Majesty's fault is the formations, not close combat. Your Majesty almost caught a cold in the last Hodo hunt. So you decided to trade your life for the beasts in my stead. Kang Ming cut in abruptly, leaving Rita no room for explanation. Rita looked at her puffed face and smiled in reply. Yes, but I was simply following the suicidal tradition, Your Majesty said, when we dealt with Hodo the last time. I didn't know what went down exactly, but judging from Kang Ming's stutter, Rita was telling the truth. Well, like Empress, like Chancellor. Rita looked to the horizon. The beast broke loose in Your Majesty's absence, and I am responsible for not being able to safeguard the Empire. From this moment, you two become immortal. With no other greater interference, your life shall last eternally. If the Colossus told the truth, Empire will reign forever, as long as Your Majesty and I still breathe. Even in times of war, if we keep our distance from the front line, the Colossus will always be able to turn the tide. But Your Majesty has cautioned me time and time again, ever since the Colossus granted the wish. Empire is more than you and me. Rita, I don't need to hear this now. Well, I'm trying to fill Captain in. At first I didn't quite understand. On the first day of every month, we always went to the Astral Pavilion together. It's a place where we enjoy stage performances, specially prepared for us. The shows were great, but having watched the same for ages, my mind would wander as soon as the curtain was lifted. One day, Your Majesty told me there was an alley right beside Astral Pavilion. The shows were not prohibited from civilian eyes, so many people would crowd the alley for a glimpse. Later on I found out it wasn't the shows that captured the eyes. It's the untouchable, Your Majesty and me. And the funny thing is, Your Majesty and I enjoy watching them far more than the monotone shows. Astral Pavilion was thus turned into a window for the people of Emberia, and us to peek into a different way of life. Rita chuckled, and somehow I sensed an understated loneliness in her laughter. Your Majesty is full of curiosity, and love running through the city's nooks and crannies for little adventures. Once out the Imperial Citadel, she would become a small fish swimming freely in the open water. I remember my favorite sugar figure stand. The nicest one was always sold out, and I had to settle for something else. The daughter of the fragrance store's owner always nagged me for candy, so her father always gave me free sachets. After 1,000 years, some shops still stand, but more have died with their owners. People always come and go. That's what makes Your Majesty appreciate the Emberia is more than you and me. Moon Emberia is the sum of every soul breathing within its walls, and so is the Empire. Not for a second have I forgotten Your Majesty's words. The Empress and Chancellor fell silent in the thickening smoke. I told you I didn't want to hear this, Rita. You just keep going on and on in your typical leisurely manner. Kang Ming's half-hearted accusation surprised both Rita and me. The two of them looked at each other. at each other and couldn't hold back their laugh. Now is maybe not the best time to walk down memory lane. But weirdly, it's all I can think of before the deadly battle. The rumbling returned in the company of the monster's scorching breath. Kongming lifted her fan. The east wind is rising. Follow me to battle. Your Majesty. Rita raised her scythe and stood before us. Please focus on your formation, and I'll defeat the wild beast once and for all. The two of us have helped me so, for Rita to lose this battle is to disgrace Emberyard and its people. Okay. I did not quite see that CG just now. Hope that's somewhere in a stopped fashion. Anyways, we are playing as Rita. How rare and exciting. Well, hi there. Thanks for spawning in my face. Oh, there goes the Beast of Yang. Hold on, as long as it's still alive. Hey, you were voice acting there. What's even going on? Rita, you're shaking. You're shaking. Stop. So, forcing me to use my ultimate there was kind of post-Honkai Odyssey-ish. That was kind of cool. I liked that. Very cool battle. Not hard or anything, but nice. Your Majesty! As soon as Rita knocked down Hodo, Kongming's 7-star formation was activated around the beast. Floundering to break free, Hodo spat furious flames to burn everything and everyone around. Meet your end now! My vision suddenly blurred, and I thought I saw a dragon proudly rising, its head behind Kongming. Meanwhile, 6 of the 7 lanterns in the formation went extinguished one by one, is what you wanted to say, right? The formation cannot stop it. Why did Hodo grow in power after it broke the seal? Could it be it formed some kind of connection with the ruins and siphoned power from the formation? The ruins now serve as an energy pool for its channel and restore power. I'll hold it off, Your Majesty. Try to switch the formation and sever Hodo's connection with the ruins first. The last lantern went out as well. Okay, it was extinguished. Hodo, its power is surging rapidly. The power surge will backfire and cause explosion. Hodo means to kill us all with a suicidal attack. Let me distract it and lure it to the sea. No, this is suicide. We all gotta fight suicide with suicide, right? I can do it. Now you concentrate on the formation and wait for me to run far. You have stopped it before, and you can certainly make it this time. Kongming looked at me and said something, but I couldn't hear her, because she spoke in Chinese, and Chinese is not being spoken here. The flame storm swept over us and set us apart. Pain overwhelmed every inch of my body, and threatened to take away my consciousness. In the twilight zone, I seemed to hear something. Countdown. 9 seconds. 8 seconds. Countdown? Why would there be a timer? Is it a countdown to Hodo's explosive death? I began to run, but I seemed to have forgotten how to run. I was merely swinging my arms and legs like a broken robot. Formation worked, but it only stalled Hodo by a bit. It came at me like a giant burning wrecking ball. Before my eyes lay the cliff, overlooking the ocean, and the pit that I had no idea how deep it reached. With searing wind licking my cheeks, there's no time for me to think. I was ready to dive off the cliff, but something tripped me over, and I ended up falling into the pit. I kept falling as I heard a massive boom from outside the pit. Hodo should have fallen into the sea, and the explosion wouldn't hurt anyone this way. The boom soon faded away, but not the timer in my head. Countdown to retracting anchor, 9 seconds, teleportation terminating. That's Miss Arnfist speaking. The teleportation is ending. I don't know exactly how it works, but seems to me this space-time teleportation has a time limit. Well, it wouldn't be right without a limit, but the question is, where will I be after the teleportation ends? And will I be sent back to the Quicksea when Kongming died miserably and left Miss Arnfist to me? I have no answers. Anyway, Hodo has died, so Rita won't have to sacrifice her life, and Kongming would be alive too. I've saved their lives. While still in midair, I turned my head, allowed the rain of tiny gravel wash my face, and let out a relieved sigh. Great! Looks like the only one that dies in this story is going to be me. To be honest, good luck was never my friend. But if we can somehow make it out alive, I'll let you tell my fortune again, Kongming. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wish me luck. Husk. Once again, the world turned grey and obscure. I was not at all afraid. Things are always grey and obscure before light comes. Survive, Mr. Assassin. Kongming's voice rang in my head, but I couldn't seem to remember when she said this to me. In the grey, something poked my eyes. I opened my eyes, but they acted against my will and closed the next instant. Tears rushed out, and I saw light. I fumbled around and found myself still in the pit. It took me a while to get used to the light. Somehow, the pit turned to be shallower than I remembered, and very soon I climbed out with ease. I was standing amidst a boundless desert, but my memory told me the fight took place near the ancient battlefield. Being close to the sea, this place had no reason to be so dry and barren. I suddenly began to understand why the pit appeared so much shallower. The surface soil seemed to have been eroded into sands. Wait, the sea. Where's the sea under the cliff? I peered down the cliff. There's no sea, only a big, big hole. Everything has changed. What happened after the Hodo battle? I could only rely on my fading memory to make out the direction and head to where I last saw Kong Ming. A tree gradually emerged on the horizon, a rare sign of life in the desert. I quickened my steps. As I walked closely, I found out it's a desert poplar. I also saw someone under the tree. She seemed to be staring into the tree and lost in her thoughts. A dress told me it's Rita, but why would she be here? I ran to her to find out. Rita! On hearing my voice, Rita turned around. I could hardly believe my eyes. Right before me stood a Rita that looked withered and emaciated. When I last saw her in the battle, she seemed weakened and worn, but her fire of life was still burning bright. The look on her face was hollow and tired. The same look I saw on the bed ending Kong Ming's face. Bad ending. Only people who have lost their dearest have eyes like these. Oh well. A glimmer flashed by her eyes when she saw me. Her Majesty's calculation is right. You are still alive. Rita, is Kong Ming? I wasn't sure what to say. It shouldn't be like this. No way. Rita bowed to me, and the look on her face told the whole story. Captain, you have finally come. Is Hodo gone? Yes, it's gone, but just as Her Majesty foresaw, with its death came a violent explosion. It occurred on the sea beyond our border, and our 3 kingdoms suffered heavy losses. We managed to contain the damage, but for Jormungand and Schicksal, it's outright catastrophic. Jormungand's sea evaporated, it became land, while Schicksal's glaciers melted and turned into an ocean. Captain, do you still remember the 2 envoys we dispatched to Schicksal and Jormungand for help? Yeah, what about them? The 2 never made it back. They weren't missing. Missing? Not kept prisoners by Schicksal and Jormungand? Before the time travel, Kong Ming told me 2 envoys were sent, but the 2 kingdoms never lent a hand. That's where things don't add up. Earlier, Her Majesty believed the 2 envoys were detained, but we did not respond before the Hodo battle. The Arch-Imperator and Corsair Queen are not my friends, but I know killing the messengers is below them. With Hodo's return, the monsters it brought along also put people from the other 2 kingdoms in harm's way. I regarded the Arch-Imperator and Corsair Queen were only being cautious for the sake of their own kingdoms. But soon after Hodo was defeated, the message came that Jormungand and Schicksal allied to invade us. I sent people to investigate, and learned the shocking fact that the 2 kingdoms did send troops to our aid. After Hodo perished, the 2 kingdoms assumed their soldiers helped, but they never returned. Missing envoys and troops. They might jump to the wrong conclusion if they relate this to the Hodo explosion. Yes. Rumors rose believing it was us who freed Hodo and imprisoned the aiding troops to hurt the 2 kingdoms. The 2 kingdoms were consumed by rage and war was inevitable. I began to make preparations. And Kong Ming, Her Majesty, did something no one expected. She fed the rumor that Embaria was struggling over resistance or surrender and kept playing her sitar on the keep. The screen smoke to cover our evacuation. She wouldn't listen, however hard I tried to urge her to leave with us. When the sitar tune began to falter, the invaders attacked, believing it indicated the loss of the defender's fate. But when the gate was rammed open, only Her Majesty was found inside. All the city's residents had been evacuated. Her Majesty finished the last tune with grace and dignity before she whispered farewell to the sitar's lament. Where are my troops, Kongming? I don't have them, was our queen. Then I'll turn your kingdom upside down. It's not just my kingdom. Enemies at the south gate. I'll defend. Kongming. Enough talk. Draw your blade, all of you. Enemies in the palace. I'll defend. So many annoying bugs. Return to people should be safe now. That's enough for me. Precious cipher. Just keep me company till the last moment. And then the unfitting victory music came again. Her Majesty brought us time to evacuate Moon and Barrier and defend the besieged city herself to the last breath. Defend it. According to my informers, the Allied invaders failed to find their lost troops in Moon and Barrier. Moon and Barrier has fallen. We cannot return now. I gathered intel on the missing troops and envoys, the location they were last seen and the map of the area. Have no use for it now, but Captain, you may still find it helpful. My sole purpose here is to pass on Her Majesty's message and hand over her. Rita reached her hands into the winding branches of the desert poplar and carefully took out something. I'm leaving Miss Iron Fist to your care, Mr. Assassin. That's Her Majesty's message. Mr. Assassin. Coming? Why? When did she? How did she know I was the Mr. Assassin she met in her youth? It suddenly occurred to me that after I woke up in Kongming's room, she asked me if I was holding something back. She probably had suspected then, and my smart play gave myself up and confirmed her suspicion. Is it the rattling of Miss Ironfist before she went in, or a slip of my tongue that exposed me? There's no way to find out now. A new Moon and Briar will rise where we stand now. Many hours of work will be devoted, but Moon and Briar is the sum of every soul breathing in it, and so is the Empire. Rita reached out her thin arm and stroked the desert poplar. This desert poplar has stood here for long years, probably even before I was born. The trunk has withered and the branches have broken, but it still stands proudly. It takes 1,000 years for a desert poplar to die, another 1,000 years to fall, and the fir to rot. This saying always reminds me of the Grand Series and Ember. The first part is about the Grand Series, the second is about the Grand Series name, and the third about Ember. The Grand Series name was passed on to Teresa, but Her Majesty is still safeguarding the Empire in her death. The Empire lives on, the Grand Series name lives on, but Her Majesty is no longer with us. Read about to me again. Pray forgive my babbling. I tell myself Her Majesty was someone who faced Hodo alone for the realm and risked her life to send me a message. Who stood watch at the Abyssal Altar for 1,000 years and shielded Moon Ember on her own. She's never distant to meet her end comfortably in a feather bed, and I should have known long ago. But deep down, a part of me still holds this delusion that you could somehow save her. Her voice sank low, and I could hardly hear her. I can see tears welling up in your eyes, but why are you holding them back instead of letting it all out? I wanted to ask her this, but I didn't. Perhaps she saw the same look on me and wanted to ask me the same question. What went wrong? I strongly felt something was off. What changes at this world scene? The missing envoys and soldiers, the monsters that came with Hodo's return, and the broken golem. None of these make any sense. After Rita left, I eyed the Tesla Zero lying under the tree. Here we go again. I should set the anchor at... Perhaps checking the name list and map Rita gave me would help. Low power mode active, speech mode disabled. The map showed the troops coming to aid, were last seen in a valley near Jormungand and Ember border. I unfolded the name scroll, and the myriad of soldiers' names began to wear out my eyes quickly. Nothing important. The second I folded the scroll, two strange names popped up. Vodka Typhoon from Jormungand. Vodka Swordsmaster from Schicksal. It's the twins. It's the twins. It's the goddamn twins. These names feel fishy to me. Gotta be the twins. They were supposed to have come here with Kong Ming, but... Rosalia and Lilia. If they are indeed in the aid troops, finding them will help turn the situation around. Keywords detected and analyzed. Augmentation on. Activating. Activating. Set anchor to initiate transfer with full energy charge. And next, we'll have to charge again. But we did get a note, and a new extra stage we can lose against. Star Pavilion. Oh. The looking at two different worlds event. Imperial Year something, Quixie. The Star Pavilion was recently built as the venue for the annual prayers for good harvest on Quixie, and a place for people to watch lanterns and enjoy the festival. The building looks nice, and the lantern lights are beautiful, but the rituals are so lengthy and complicated. I heard that one of our royal musicians had even invented a dance for the prayers. I'm not going to do that boring dance. I have to think of a way to get out of this. The plot thickness. Yes, can't do anything here. Can I not have music back? No. And who is the extra boss this time? Regular enemies. The Sewer Dragon of the East raised its head. Suggested Rubica level 15. We are very far away from that. Quixie sounds more like Tsishi. I mean, they probably mentioned it somewhere in the first chapter where we could listen how it's spoken. Maybe we can take a look at that after I try and fail this extra stage. Before we move on to other things. Doesn't feel like it's going badly, but it probably is. I guess it fully depends on if there's another wave of enemies after this. Yeah, there's another wave. So that's definitely impossible. I mean, it did spend forever on one enemy, but I doubt it. Especially if it recommends level 15 and we are level 6.
想必你已经注意到了，你来到这里的时间要比孤晚3个月，而变化的起因正是孤在。虽然孤曾数次加固了霍斗的封印，而霍斗袭击的第一个目标便是虽然1000年以前，孤曾使用阵法封住霍斗，空有阵法，没有他们的。至于援军那边，别说回复，两国不约而同。等到孤研究出新。
Didn't want to click home, wanted to click back. I forget where she mentions Quixie, sure this is more looking for a needle in a haystack.
你也逃不出孤的掌心。
放肆！你怎么敢用这种口吻和圣降王说话
Wow, male voice actors, did not expect.
不愧是舰长，这时还能冷静以对，倒是能让孤提起几分兴趣。关心，陛下，舰长也曾是皇帝国
Teresian
公主
coming
贵客
actually sound different.
无冤无仇。好，孤答应你。那么来人，给德丽莎大人更衣。
Probably the same voice, but different.
孤不要他做什么，我不会只唱歌给你听。德丽莎，孤没记错的话，以前皇帝国的子民都称你为星穹少女泰莉莉。
Teddy.
今天是七夕，既然你得了星穹少女之名，你便唱一曲寄予星辰，给接下来的节目注注雅兴吧。
I think she said Zishi here.
不管你拒绝孤多少次，从孤身边逃开多少次，孤舰长好像有很多问题想问。不过你上来，坐在孤身，和孤一同欣赏这场好戏，或许能解。
放开我！
Oh well. What? China still has males? Impossible. But I'm mostly surprised because there weren't many male voice actors before. I mean, okay, Otto is voiced. Otto is always voiced. I guess it's not that surprising. Anyways. Let's get our daily rewards. And then have some fun with our luck, I guess. I got 11 free tickets, so maybe I can get some shots for her, if not get her as a whole. And then I guess we can try getting her equipment. Even if we don't get her, we are pretty much forced to get her for free. So that's not really a problem. But her equipment would actually be useful. At least the weapon, once more, is definitely something she should have. But let's do this quick and throw 10 tickets at this and hope for the best. These tickets won't be able to be used for anything else, so I literally am not losing anything by throwing them at her. Well, This game. Sometimes I question this game very much. Very, very, very much. And even 50 fragments as blank fragments as well. Oof. Oof is correct. And the Sealy. I didn't even look who else was in this gacha. Some fragments. Starlist astrologers. You say 9 tickets lost, but not really, because as you can see, that duplicate turned into 30 fragments of her. While we also have 5 of her here, and these can also be exchanged for her. So this is very helpful. And we have 1 more ticket. Which didn't give us anything, but good, great. In 20 drops we would be guaranteed to get her. We won't need those. Now this is more interesting. I actually haven't checked what the equipment, what Shui Jing does. Deals bonus, the team deals bonus physical damage. It's a nice artwork. Boost total damage by 30% if we get 2 pieces. Ultimate activation boost total damage dealt by host and teammate on field for 18 seconds. I'm just looking if one of them is less important than the others. Against 10 bonus physical damage, QT it's 20% bonus damage. Enemies hit by QT. And sensor state cannot detect. Okay, this one is less important than the others. But I guess getting all 3 would be best. And I know that many people will not be drawing on this, because the next character has been announced and many will be saving for that, but I don't really care for the next character, to be honest. No spoilers. No spoilers. Now I have a conflict of conflict of personality? No. Conflict of... I have a conflict. If I... Because I have been waiting for my cadet to come online all day and he didn't, and now he did. But... Well, if he asks me to do a team battle with him, I will. On stream. Let's say it like that. I'll not initiate, but... Let's keep that open for possibility. Damn cadets. Well, I didn't do anything with my cadets on stream yet. And the mode we would be doing is also one I didn't show off yet. I know you said that 9 tickets are lost after the first draw, but yeah. It's too bad we don't have 10 of these, so we can do a 10 pull here, I guess. So let's do 9 single pulls. And see if we can be lucky here too. We don't have enough to guarantee us getting all 3. Like, it's 30 guarantee drop for each, which is actually very good because it means you get all 4 in 120 pulls, but we don't nearly have enough for that. So it's gonna be very luck based if we get what we want. Sakamoto Yoroma. Vanguard. Also, this is very good. Always like some Einstein Taurus or whatever it's called. Anna. I pretty much checked what else is in here beforehand, but I guess I should look at it again to let you know. Most of this stuff is very useless to me because I already have it or because I don't need it. The only interesting thing would be the Aphrodite scythe among the weapons, and maybe Sorrow among the stigmatas, maybe Direk. I'm not even sure who Goemon is for, but that can mean he is good, or she. Roald Amundsen, however, will not be used by anyone anytime soon. Where's B-Stacks? Shigo Kira. Well, let's do a handful. Well, there's Ishikawa Goemon. Now I'll actually have to check what she is good for, who she is good for. Draw money! Useless lands. Well, Goemon mid, who are you for? I didn't want to look at that. Total damage increased by 10% upon unleashing ultimate. Hosts lightning damage increased by 5%. Lightning damage increased by another 5% under Kenbu mode. Okay. Isn't recommended for anyone, so I'm confused. Might be for Kazumi Sakura. And there's Shuijin, the first. We got her 10 bulls before guaranteed, which is good for our chances, I guess. Charlemagne, Brimstone, Victoria, CASX Saints, Ophifice, oh yeah, Hailstone, Sakamoto Ryoma, M1911. We are not having luck today. We got the same Shuijin twice. Well then, at least that doesn't stop our guarantee. But it's definitely worse luck than last time already. Tesla, Willow, Tesla, Victoria, not Tesla, Water Spirit, Elizabeth Bathory, Water Spirit again. Well, at least we got Sitter's Lament. That's, as I said, the most important thing. And we got it before the guarantee again, right? So... who is a criminal? I need to know who is a criminal. Someone we pulled? No, thank you. Who is a criminal? I wonder. Elizabeth Bathory, criminal? I mean, we can check up on her later. So, question arises, do we have enough for 60 drops? I doubt it very much. No, because 1400 would be 50. We have not a lot of chances, but we do have chances. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That makes very much sense. She's also a vampire in this, I think. Oh, Schrodinger's band. That's actually interesting. Not sure if it's useful, but Hi, Bathory. I really like Schrödinger. It's good on Blade Strike, who I'm never gonna use, but Creature deck that hits. Yeah, the local Reiko. Schrödinger, like Tesla, is a member of Anti-Entropy, which only recently reappeared in some form in the story. Like, it was probably the last thing that happened before I started streaming. Galileo. Well, I definitely didn't need 2 of them. I'm kinda glad I can show off how not lucky this thing can be with duplicates, because the last time was entirely too much luck. Shooting! Mid. I think I got the 2 I said I wanted, and not the one I wanted the least, so this is actually fine. Also, if I get 1 more duplicate of the ones I already have, I'm also guaranteed to get the last one. But we don't even have enough for a 10 drop now, so I'm not even sure if I should try. Hey! Timing, Cleverit! Timing, Cleverit. Do some stuff with me. Please. Please do some stuff with me. Hey! So this mode is called Bounty Mark. Where each week you can buy bounties at the bounty store and then go out hunting with other players and get rewards for killing the enemies. And if you do them with your sensei or cadet, you get extra bonuses. And Cleverit here is my first cadet who actually does these with me, which I'm very glad about. Because until now I mostly had to do them with random people, which is not nearly as fun. Anyway, this pig is slain. Also, I did the least damage there. Shame for the display. Generally, you want to change your characters depending on the bounty to beat it the easiest. For example, for Honkai Tide, Cullen is good because she can gather the enemies together. And it's a group of small enemies that you have to defeat. And then we were loading. Welcome to the loading screen. This is Picasso.
狂欢时刻到了。
Get her! Get and destroy. And it's my time. And not theirs.
你的罪孽由我
And if you pick a good character, you are the MVP. And I guess that's all the tasks he had. MVP, model view presentation. Yes, let's present our models. Speaking of models, right, Chinese. Chatception! Chatception bad. Activate. So, Kongming is an SP battlesuit, which are a bit more complicated than others to level up. And we didn't even get that many fragments to get her to S rank yet. But I guess we can upgrade her to level 80. Go away. Where's your office? Hello, lady. Get Bulwark's Wall. So, upgrading her skills costs these things: advanced skill material, which, for example, Durandal last time didn't need. These are decently rare, but I have been saving them up for a while, so I hope I'm having enough for her. Goodbye, Clivewright. I actually don't know how to pronounce that name, but I'm just winging it. Oh, I thought I had run out, but no. Upgrading this more requires SSS level rank. Vigor's Wall. Vassal's Chariot. Vanquisher's Net. Skill names. Varden's Legs. Whisper's Net. Arbiter's Horn. Army's Heart. Very silly. Anyways, you can have your sitter. Deploy cross or sitter. Knocks down enemies in range, dealing 200% attack physical damage and causing strong winds to deal damage. Damage, movement speed, physical damage. Activate autocast when ultimate is unleashed. Not bad. I wanted to make a bullhorn joke earlier when we got her stigmata equipment, but I held back. Now you'd make a bullhorn joke. Do I even have enough cores to fully upgrade it? I'm not even sure. I also don't need to. No, I do have plenty cores. Give it a better color. Thank you. And then we got T and M, I think. And T twice. Yeah. And M. Weapon upgrade. Not sure if I have enough to upgrade this fully.
Stigmata upgrade.
Bullhorns.
Stigmata upgrade.
Weapon upgrade. Stigmata upgrade.
Stigmata upgrade.
Yeah, it's good that they are on their usual places. No bulls on this art.
Stigmata upgrade.
Then again, there is a dead bull hiding at the bottom.
Stigmata upgrade. Stigmata upgrade.
Very great. Now what to put in bottom tier? What does direct do? Host gains physical damage. After ultimate evasion or trigger evasion skill, host gains SP. That's actually not terrible for her. I'm not gonna fully upgrade it, but I'm gonna give it some levels. I'm unsure if I should even try to get the last one now. Like, if I can't even do a temple, it's not very useful. Then I wanted to check out, where is that since the dome upgraded? Directory. Stigmata. Elizabeth Bathory. Elizabeth Bathory is the most powerful lady in the annals of the Kingdom of Hungary, but also the most notorious. Castle Estranged was the place where roses bloom all year. Its stony walls kept Elizabeth a prisoner. You don't remember what happened that day. It was the final banquet at Sesh. The nobles gathered to celebrate her birthday, but Elizabeth fell asleep during the feast. There was nothing but red roses and silent guests lying in puddles of blood in their eternal sleep when she finally woke. No one dared to visit the cassette after the incident. Elizabeth thought she would be used to such loneliness while walking in her rose gardens one night. Someone covered in blood fell right in front of Elizabeth's rose garden and her life. It was Dracula. What surprised Elizabeth was that Dracula's seemingly lethal wounds healed miraculously. To repay the boon of saving her life, Dracula would bring delicious desserts and tales from the outside world to sate her curiosity. Elizabeth would listen quietly as she enjoyed the stories and the act of being a lady. This lasted for several months until... I'm sorry, Elizabeth. I have to go. Schicksal is after me. I can't let him get to you. Then take me along with you. The roses always bloom at Castle Kisef. So yeah, in this story she might still be a murderer, but she is also a vampire. Alignment, chaotic evil. Sadly, I don't have any parts of Dracula, so I can't look at what Dracula has to say about her. Chatsitze. Okay, good. So we didn't lose anything by doing that. By not doing more with him. Okay. Rewards for actually getting her. And now we could actually do stress test. But I'm gonna be leaving that for next time. Because don't need to fill this stream out with more filler stuff, I guess. Especially because I still wanted to do something to try her out if we got her. And because I still have to do it today anyways. Because it only... Oh my god, I kinda lost track of time. This only goes on for 13 more minutes and I have to do it still today. Or else I'll be moved down a level of DirectC, which I don't want to happen. I want to at least get into rank retention zone. And I guess we'll just do that. It's definitely a good place to try out our new friend. So I think I did direct C like once when I started streaming, and it was very laggy. Hopefully it isn't anymore. Direct C pretty much involves going around the floor, trying to kill as many enemies as possible to weaken the boss at the end of the floor. And today, as an extra, we are also gonna do a speedrun, because we are running out of time. Right, it was the first thing I streamed. So, let's see how far we can get in 13 minutes. T minus 13 minutes. That's one battle out of 5. Where is the elevator? There. Please, Durandal, Durandal, jump. Mind you, I could be skipping these enemies and go straight for the boss, but I don't think it's weakened enough for me to just fight it. Also, Durandal is just eating through these enemies anyways, so I don't think I'm wasting too much time. Oh, it is laggy still. That's sad. Usual laggy or kinda laggy? I mean, there's a lot going on in these fights. And quick too. They pretty much involve me getting my ultimate immediately and trying to get rid of them before they can even damage me. I mean, I guess it's also laggy for me, but I don't really notice because I'm playing. Also, Teresa is actually helping out tremendously here, I feel. The fact that I can just drop her in all the time without actually having to use her as an A-rank Valkyrie. And, or should I say Kong Ming. Attack weakens enemies, making them more susceptible to melee attacks, which is what Durandal does, surprisingly. And spoilers, the main reason I actually wanted Kong Ming was to make Durandal even stronger. Because Durandal definitely needed to be even stronger. Area boss weakened. You probably won't be able to reach the final boss, but that's my own fault for taking so long. And forgetting that this mode ends at 11 my time. Ah, that sure was a boss. Maybe I wouldn't have to weaken them that much. I think I read something about physical vulnerability, which... Lightning resistance, take 30% more physical damage. That's good for me. Yes, area boss is taking an early weekend. Okay, there's only 4 enemies on this floor. Where are they? Okay, let's not take the long way around. More. Didn't ask for more. Ooh, that's not good. I ran into a trap. Five more minutes.
跟上我。还没到出发的时候吗？直接上马。
Cutting it very close. Especially with all those traps around.
苏醒吧，荣耀的捍卫者。
Part of me wants to just go for the boss after this battle, instead of going for the final enemy on this floor. It's probably smarter. Especially because it's Jizo, who shouldn't be that much of a problem, hopefully. Let's see if we can beat him in 3 minutes.
跟上我，走这边，跟上我。
I don't think we do enough damage.
荣光与我同在。你还差了点。你还差了点。 苏醒吧，荣耀捍卫者！你还差了点。
2 minutes.
你还差了点。
Well then. Well then, and now let's do him again in a weakened state, and because clearing the boss kills all the enemies on the previous floor, which means now he is actually weakened, which means we could defeat him even faster. We have 1 minute.
全力以赴，荣光与我同在。你还差了点。
I mean, we already went from getting dropped down a rank to rising a rank.
你还差了点。
Well, that was good. Didn't rise another step, but that was fun. And now it's 23. How nice. Now it's calculating, but nothing's gonna change anymore. Very nice, very nice, very nice. That was far too close. But that made it special. Let's buy those. And some of those. I'm glad I didn't think of this before, because then I would not have enough had not have enough time. Because this probably gets her to S rank. Yeah. And that would have definitely wasted too much time.
为了守护我应守护之人。
9 palaces. Armies out. Warriors triplet. Empyrean Calamity. And Gates of Mystery. How very nice. How many of those do I still have left? Oh, it only took like 100 or something. So, not too bad.
学员长下令，舰长快点下线休息。哎，舰长是不是把我的漫画藏起来了？
You're distracting me with your voice from actually clicking. And now this one can't even talk. So that's a victory in my mind, I guess. But let's listen to the actual Terry and say good night for today. Essentially, we have to wait 2 more days before we can do more story. But I know someone who wants to watch will not be here. So we'll wait a bit longer this time. Probably Monday or Tuesday or something like that. And then we can do all of the story and stress tests, possibly. Sounds like a plan to me. Until then, thanks for watching my stream. Good night.